The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the program host and do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by TCN TV Network Incorporated. Due to the social nature of this broadcasting channel, videos may contain content copyrighted by another entity or person. The TCN TV Network claims no rights to the said content. TCN TV Network cannot be held accountable for the copyrighted content. TCN TV Network is a messenger and sharer of information and strives to verify but cannot warrant the accuracy of copyrights or completeness of the information on this program.
Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome to another edition of In the Now with Simone Jennifer Smith. And I want to send a thank you out to everybody who has reached out to me. I've had a lot of people on my LinkedIn page reach out to me with their comments and with their critiques, which I took them on the chin, and I really appreciate you. And I want to let you know that I will continue to evolve to make sure that this show is something you guys want to watch. It's for you. It's for you guys. This is not for me. It's just me. I'm the medium. That's about it. I want to make sure I'm presenting things to you in a way that's pleasing both visually and stimulating your mind. So today, my show is always different. I'm always changing things up. I always want to give you guys something new. So I have been doing a segment on the show now called In Tune with the Universe, where I bring on individuals who I feel have found their purpose, found their calling. They're all different ages. I've had 20 and I've had up to 50, 55. So everyone has a story, and it's good to kind of see how these stories look and play out. But before we go there, something else that was brought to my attention is that we need to be discussing some deeper issues in the community, even if it may hurt a little bit. The only thing that's going to be a little bit different about how I approach these is I'm not going to present you guys all the crazy things. Like, for example, I want to talk about the rash of shootings that are happening in Toronto right now. And I want to talk about how it affected somebody who's very well known in Toronto and how he became proactive. I'm only going to offer solutions on the show. I'm not going to do what everyone else is doing right now and talking about how many people got shot, when it happened, how it happened. We know it's happening. Okay, we're past that now. We don't need to keep pushing that narrative. Let's talk about what's being done. So I'm sure many of you have heard about the famed director X. Okay, we know who he is. So he was actually shot at his own New Year's party. I have a little clip from when he did a TED Talk, just kind of speaking on that, and you can hear the pain and his plea out to the community. Take a quick look at this.
Message to the man who shot me. You remember the night? 2015, you came to my New Year's party. It's a good night, too. Good party, everyone having a good time, looking good. And you decided that a packed dance floor would be the right place to pull out a gun and shoot someone in the chest. And that bullet went through that guy, through the guy behind him, and hit me in the back. And I spent the rest of that night in an emergency room, getting that bullet cut out of my side, thinking, what would make someone do something like that? And I was angry, real angry. I was angry that people got shot at my party. I was angry that I got hit. And I was angry at the culture, our culture, that promotes killers and killing, a culture that I help promote. So I got to tweeting.
Very powerful. Honestly, that's about I think it's about 20 minutes long. I would definitely say everybody do check that link out. Just put in, it's basically an interview with X, and he speaks to the shooter. It's very interesting. I love how he did it, how he calls himself out too. So definitely check that out. So a quote that that was actually, he had an interview with Vice, and there's a quote that kind of talked about how he mentioned that we are kind of responsible for some of this. So my solution is, if you're a hip hop artist that doesn't want to feed into this, every time you would say, I would have shot him, say, I would have punched him. It is the same bravado. It's the same angry feeling. It's the same shit. Just stop saying you'll shoot people. I would much rather a big brawl at my party than getting shot. Okay, so Director X believes that the key to changing the way society works may be as simple as changing the way that media, like my medium, what I'm doing here, how we present it. Okay, it's all about that medium and the message. So one solution he's thought of was meditation. So the solution is meditation in schools. If you want to get a real world solution, that's actually it. The art form is going to keep going, and it's not going to stop. An actual real world solution is big, but actually simple. If you had kids meditating in school, watch the change, okay? On the flip side, he took it there again and he said, not only should kids be meditating, cops should be meditating. Make the cops meditate. It's the beginning steps. It won't just solve everything, but again, he's saying it's something. He's staying in solution. There's no part like getting mad at the police. We've been doing that for years. Nothing's changed. What are we doing actively to make sure things are being done so that they are held accountable? They are knowing what they're supposed to do and catching some calm. Like, all right. So what else has he done? Let's talk about Operation Prefrontal Cortex. So this is an organization that he's actually collaborated with Pop Rock, which is under his name as well, SMART, which stands for Stress Management and Resilience Techniques, and Huge, which is a full-service digital agency in Toronto. And they have partnered with Mindless Every Day to develop a pilot program for select schools in Toronto. So what they'll be doing is something called Smart Education. The project trains educators in the evidence-based Smart Education program managed by a small group, and they teach the teachers skills and techniques through which they use actually like experiments. They'll show them little things, examples like role play, obviously. And they practice them with the teachers so they know how to better train their students to have better cognitive skills, learning how to deal with their emotions. The training provides the skills necessary to like set themselves apart from other teachers. So you're now dealing with psychology, which is what I loved about this, is that he hit the most important part, the brain, the mind, mental health, going right back there again and how it works. So studies have shown a connection between violent and aggressive behavior and amygdala. I hate this word. I never could say it. Amygdala. Did I say it right? I think so. So the part of the brain that regulates your emotions, fear, anxiety, as well as the prefrontal cortex, which is the very front of your brain. Now, this part of the brain is responsible for thinking, planning, reasoning, and decision. So they're going deep. They're really trying to figure out how mindfulness can actually help people not get so angry all the time. There's some people who be like, oh, that's not enough. Again, it's a solution. Anyone who's done any type of meditation knows when you come out of that Zen zone, not much can bother you, right? That's why we do it. That's why we meditate. It is to calm, to relax. So knock it if you want the solution. Director X, thank you for providing solutions. So I bring this up because this is a busy weekend, guys. We have a lot happening this weekend, and which is why I actually brought on one of my guests. Barbados on the Water is this weekend, and along with what else? T-Dot Fest as well, and Reggae Fest as well. There's Manifesto. Listen, be safe, everybody. I talk about these things. It doesn't matter where you are. Be safe. Look around you. Be aware. And take care of yourselves. When we come back, we're going to go into a much happier zone when I bring her on. She'll actually be performing this weekend, and wait till you see who I have for you. See you soon.
With so many newspapers within the community, it's sometimes hard to tell what separates us from the rest. Most of the time, they all brag about the same thing. You know, the large circulations, tons of online views, and it can go on and on. But what really separates the Toronto Caribbean newspaper apart from everybody else? Well, it's simple. Our service. No, seriously. Hi, I'm Grant Browning, founder and CEO of the Toronto Caribbean newspaper. I have over 20 years of branding and marketing experience, and I've worked with countless companies and corporations to do one thing, and that is to raise their profits with their brand. With over 40 years of combined experience in branding and marketing, our amazing staff is fully prepared to sit down and figure out exactly what you need to stand out from your competitors.
The reason why you don't see that anymore is because
the ad is too powerful, bring too much people.
So what are you waiting for? Give us a call today. We'll be happy to help.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. May your dreams all come true. Happy birthday to you.
We refuse to promote, report on anything negative in the community.
I wanna love you and treat you right. I wanna love you every day and every night. We'll be together with a roof over our heads. We'll share the shelter of our single bed. We'll share the same roof. Just provide the bread. Is this love? Is this love? Is this love? Is this love that I'm feeling?
Girl. I think I have a girl crush. Girl. Oh my gosh. All right, let me do intro. Let me go through the introduction, right? So let me act professional and go through the introduction. All right, let's talk about this young lady beside me. So, born on the Caribbean island of Grenada and raised in Barbados, singer, songwriter Leigh Phillips. I was calling her Leigh the whole time. Wow. Leigh Phillips started singing in church at the age of 3. Wow. And wrote her first song at the age of 12. We're going to get back to that, by the way, because I need to talk to you about that. So her debut, her EP, Leigh, was released in September 2017. And she went on tour to Trinidad and Newfoundland. Lord, she went from hot to really cold. As the Barbadian, why did they put this? I'm going to correct this. Bayesian representative for season 5 of the television series Club One New Releases. We're going to get back to that as well. She's also performed on the 2018 NXNE showcase stage at the Taste of Danforth. And with every performance, you guys saw, I just gave you guys a clip and I have a lot more. You can see the range and the talent and the growth as I show each video. And even right now with her sitting in front of us, I would like to introduce to the In the Now audience, Miss Leigh Phillips. Welcome, girl.
Thank you.
Girl.
Thank you so much.
So, are you staying in Toronto? Can I say welcome back, or have you been here?
Well, yeah, welcome back.
You welcome back, right?
Welcome back.
So, where were you?
Barbados.
When did you fly in?
I flew in on the 3rd of August.
Okay, so you've been here for like a week
Yeah.
or so. All right. So
yeah.
how are you liking Toronto?
Every time I come back, I remember how much I love Toronto. I love the city and the energy and
Because you were here before, that's
Yeah,
right.
I used to live here.
Talk about your time here, and then we're gonna go into let's learn about you, okay? And we can start at the beginning, but let's kind of like your time here in Toronto, since we're talking Toronto.
Okay.
Talk
So
about your memories here.
I came to the sixth side.
See how she big us up? All right.
I came to the sixth for university. So I went to York U and I did international development studies and Spanish. Originally, I wanted to get into foreign affairs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I graduated in 2012 with my BA, and then I worked for a bit here in Woodbridge at a Cash Money, and went up
Interesting.
to
Okay, keep going, girl. This is good. This is good.
went up to management level, and then 2015 I had to go back home, so I went back, and that's when everything changed, and I flipped the script on everybody and was like, bam, artist.
Okay, so that's 2000. You said 15,
2015.
and we're in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
So in the last 3 years, you have completely changed your life.
Yes.
Talk about that, please. Let's talk
Okay.
about, because seeing your energy, there's a story here, and it's important because there's someone out there right now, girl, who thinks they're too old, they have too many children,
Yeah.
they've been through too much trauma, they can't, but you did. So let's hear this story, and we'll cut out and come back, okay, guys? But go ahead, talk to us.
All right. Well, the changing point actually happened in Toronto in maybe, I want to say 2013, but don't quote me on that because
Okay.
I don't really remember. So I ended up, crazy story, at a dinner table with Drake and Zoe Kravitz. And as I'm sitting across from Drake, looking him in his eyes, not sure what to do with my whole life because I couldn't understand, like, how is this real life? I then
Yeah.
also thought to myself, oh my God, you're sitting at a table with Drake and Zoe Kravitz. You want to do music and you haven't done anything that you said you were going to do for yourself.
Crazy.
And at that point, I was so disappointed in myself because, you know, that's the perfect time to be like, yo, bro, here's my mixtape. You know what I mean? And I couldn't use the opportunity. And it was right there in front of me.
Wow.
But also from interacting with both of them, like, especially Drake, he's such a normal person when you are around him. He was so warm, he was so friendly. And I was just like, if I'm a regular girl and I'm here right now at this table with you, with OVO, with all these other people, what am I doing? And that moment made the switch for me. And I called one of my friends back home, pick up yourself, Kevin Moore. And I called him and I said, what do I need in terms of equipment to start doing music? And he sent me a list. So I went and bought the stuff that he sent, you know, and from there, yeah, I figured I was going to still do it in Toronto. I was still hemming and hawing.
Right.
And by the time 2015 rolled around and it was like, oh, you have to go home, then I realized I had a unique opportunity to change my world because I have a new slate. I have no guarantees in Barbados, you know, and everything I do is going to be right here, right now. So I said, all right, cool, like, screw it. Let me try something else. And here I am.
And now you are performing, singing.
Yes.
You're doing, okay. So now we'll start getting into some questions about the career, okay? So what's your favorite part about this type of work? With this change and being in the industry, what's your favorite part about it?
Meeting people. Yeah, meeting people, being able to interact with other artists, you know, getting to pick their brains. Like yesterday, I was at Universal Music and I was having a conversation with one of their execs, Ivan. And just like he has 20 years in the industry, you know, so getting to hear from these people, like their take on things, the people they've seen, you know, the people they've been around, the things that they've seen, and just being able to absorb all of that and kind of absorb their energy. I really, really love the exchange.
Okay, so that's your favorite. Least favorite?
Least favorite. I would say sometimes the mentality of people kind of holds us back.
Okay.
So sometimes, especially like, you get like a kind of a crab in a barrel kind of vibe going on.
So can we just call a spade and say haters?
Well, yeah, we can say
Yeah, let's say
we can say
haters.
haters, but I don't really like that term.
I hear you.
Yeah, I don't really like that term because I think sometimes it's not a case where they don't want you to do well. It's just that they're still trying to figure out their stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you can't take it personally.
Yes.
You just have to understand that it's just two different vibes. That's all it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, for those who called it hateration, now you have another way of looking at it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so are you more of a singer or a songwriter? Because I know you started singing age 3. Talk about that time, and then we'll go into whether you prefer singing or songwriting.
I've been singing as long as I've known myself. Like, I used to annoy the life out of my big brother. He'd be like, shut up. I'd wake up super early, and I'd be the first person in the kitchen because I love food, right? So, no, honestly, it's a problem. I love it. So I'd be in the kitchen, making myself some cereal and singing at the top of my lungs, anything I knew. And my mom and, like, my sister and my dad, they had, like, this wide CD collection. So it'd be, like, Whitney Houston, Toni Braxton.
Yeah.
My sister was very into, like, Buju and Beanie Man. So I would sing everything, and that was just me.
Right.
And I would annoy everybody, but I just loved it. And I didn't think about it still at that time as that's your path and that's your direction. It took me years to realize and accept. Because you might know, but you might not accept.
Hold that, because this is good. This is a good place to end off. When we come back, we're going to continue our interview with the lovely Leigh Phillips. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Are you retiring smart? Make your home's equity work for you. With your home's equity in our 30 years of experience, the Retire Smart Properties team can help you achieve the quality of life you've always wanted. Our services are 360 degrees. We'll give you advice, take care of staging and selling, and help you find the perfect home and community to transition to. It's time to enjoy the retirement lifestyle you deserve. Visit our website today to learn how you can use your home to retire comfortably. The Retire Smart Properties team, powered by RE/MAX West.
Stuck in the middle between where I'm going and where I'm from, trying to find a way out. I think I've been too high for too long, and I'm crashing out. I'm falling and I can't get over you. No, I know you lie. You kiss and kill me at the same time, and I hate that I prefer to cry and stay. Take something for the pain, maybe it will go away. I think we have a dislocated love. A dislocated love. A dislocated love. I can't get in, I can't get out, I can't get over you. Oh.
All type of people making debuts. I'd like to welcome you back to In the Now. I have the beautiful Leigh Phillips. I'm already extremely impressed with. I love seeing people who are driven,
Thank you.
who will not take no for an answer, who will defeat themselves over and over. And when I say defeat, I mean not in a bad way. I mean defeat that part of you that says,
You're not good enough. Yep.
you know how hard it is to beat that person?
Yeah.
How do you beat that person? Here's a story. How do you beat that self-talk? What do you do for yourself to beat that self-talk?
You spoke about it in the first section about meditation. That has helped tremendously with the negative self-talk. Prayer for me, I know some people aren't religious, but for me that works, having that connection to something bigger than myself.
Those are the two.
Those are the two main things. But also having good people around you. You have to have like-minded people. I call it the tribe. It's actually like one of the titles on the album as well. Yeah, having a tribe that is going to, when you're down there and you can't get yourself out your head, you have to be able to recognize that. And sometimes you need somebody who you can reach out to and say, hey, look, I'm not having a good day. Can you tell me something to encourage me? And I'm really lucky to have a good set of people in my life like that.
How did you have, as you're going through this journey, people who would tell you the no's? Like, don't do that. How did you deal with that? Because sometimes, unfortunately, they can be the people closest to you who are telling you, you shouldn't bother doing this. You should do something else. How did you handle that?
I think you have to realize that everything that person does is a reflection of themselves.
Right.
So sometimes people are scared for you, and that's where they're operating out of. So they're operating on the basis of fear, and they can see all the things that can go wrong. And I can see them too. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily that they're completely invalid for telling you, hey, you know, maybe this is the risky way, and maybe this is not what you should be pursuing. But sometimes, you know, no risk, no reward. So it's understanding their place and understanding they're still doing it out of love, and being like, okay, I love you. I'm still going to do this though.
Okay. All right. Mentors. Who are some mentors you have in your life right now?
Ooh, definitely Ebony from Honey Jam. She's a big one, you know. We've really, in the last couple of years, I think once she saw the drive and what I was trying to accomplish for myself, she was just like, listen, like, let me be here, let me help you, let me see what I can do to facilitate that. And, you know, she's been doing Honey Jam here for like 24 years or something like that. Like she's
been around too.
She's driven, you know what I mean? And watching a woman continue to rise all the time, it's powerful. Other mentors, my mom, like big time.
Big up mommy.
Big up mommy. Hi mommy, how you doing? She's always there. Everybody home knows her because every show, anything she can come to, she's there next to me. And she'll be in my ear, hey, you know, have you thought of doing this? Have you thought of doing that? Why are you wearing that? I don't like that today. Wear something else. You know, you're a star. You know, put on something that's more becoming of who you were trying to be. You know what I mean? So she's always there, like lifting me up and making sure a baby's solid.
Big up, Mom. We appreciate you, Mom. We love you, Mama. We truly do. So let's talk about the average day, how it looks like for an artist. What does your day look like?
It depends on the day, because I still work. So my dad has like a health and safety company. So yeah, on the days that I'm there, then I'm there, and that's pretty normal. And
that's, but that's important to know because again, through this journey, you have to start.
Yeah, you have to start somewhere. Not only that, like one of the things Ivan said to me yesterday during our meeting was, artists got offended when he says, don't quit your day job. He's not saying not to focus on your music, but what he's saying is you need capital. You need to be able to invest in yourself. Where are you going to get that money from? You know what I mean? And
these little pearls of wisdom.
Exactly. And Barbados is not like Toronto. Like here, I've heard you guys have grants and all those kinds of things for writing and performing and touring and stuff. We don't have as much access to that. We do have some grant systems. I have been fortunate enough to get assistance from the NCF and BIDC.
We're going to go with that.
Sure. And and yeah, I've definitely been a recipient. They've definitely reached out and helped me before, but it's not as common. So you have to have your own stuff. You have to be able to push yourself.
Okay, so I didn't get an answer. I'm going to go back there to the singer and songwriter. Which one do you prefer doing most?
Both.
Okay.
The songwriting involves singing, so hard. But I guess the writing process for me is special. It's really where I feel it's my time to shine, my time to speak and, you know, put things into the world. Whether that's expressing heartbreak, like how y'all had on Dislocated Love, or, you know, Queen for its positive vibes. And you get to like express your emotions and connect to other people and in a way tell their stories as well. So I guess the songwriting.
Very interesting because that's exactly, it's, you know, I find interesting that we've both chosen to do almost the same thing, but it's in a different art form, right? Because we were talking about sharing stories and things like that and going through your journey, because this is exactly what we're doing. We want that in 10 years, you look back at yourself and say, this is where I was at this point in my life, right? Because I know you'll be way further than you are now, way further. It's just a matter of when and watching the growth. So with your songwriting, are there ever like hidden meanings in there that only certain people will get?
Yes, definitely 100%.
So can I FOSS and find out one of them? Okay, tell me any one of them. Who were you drawing a card on? Or secretly saying something sweet to in one of your songs?
Ooh. Okay.
I'm so fast.
Moonlight, which is on the new album. From my verse, actually, the entire verse is about a very special person.
You know who you are.
Knows who he is. We were together for a very long time, and we went through a lot together, and that's why I talk about being in the dark. And then he came into my life, and I will always appreciate that. Like no matter where we are or where we end up in the world.
So would you say that even writing for you at times can be therapeutic?
Yes.
And how does that process look for you? Like, are you just feeling something, you get up and start writing? Because I know everyone's process is a little bit different. How does that look for you?
Some of it is organic like that, where you're walking, you hear a melody. It's just like, I need to get this down.
Okay.
Other times, literally, it's me and my producer, Mixie. Hey, Mixie.
Big up yourself.
In the studio, and he might start playing something, and we might just catch a vibe. We might just be talking and start fooling around, and magic.
Okay, all right. So we are going to cut this segment a little bit short because I know we're a little late in time starting. But we still have one more segment. And in this last segment, we're going to be speaking to Mitzi. Why am I speaking to your producer, right?
Yes.
I'm speaking to you too, I guess. But we're going to be speaking about Leigh and what she has coming up this weekend.
That's right.
What she has coming up the weekend after. And then, of course, the foreseeable future. All right. We'll see you guys soon on In the Now.
My name is Trish Curling, and I am an online coach, personal trainer, and yoga teacher, and your new host of Shaping Life, which is all about understanding that we have the ability and the control to take charge of our health and wellness. But we can't do it alone, and I can't wait to sit down with the best in the industry. Please tune in every Friday at 1 p.m. live here on the TCN Network.
Lost in all these secrets that your love gave me to keep, some bruises you can't hide. I'm tortured by the way that you can look at me when we know you won't come home tonight. On the wind I will roam. Now I choose to be brave and love you. All you do is lie. On the wind I will roam. Now I choose to be brave and love you.
So we are back with the beautiful Leigh Phillips on In the Now. You know what? It's with each interview, it's different. The vibe is different. I really love your energy, Leigh.
Thank you.
I really, really do. Like you, and she has these really deep dimples, and I'm jealous.
You have dimples too,
but they're not deep though.
But they're
not
there.
But they're not as deep as yours.
Okay, fine.
You know how we always want something we don't have? I want mine to be deep all the way into my jawbone. But I'm just such a beautiful soul, a beautiful person inside and out. We're gonna have a little bit of fun with Leigh at the end. Yes, we are. But let's talk about your performances. What's happening this weekend and next weekend for you?
This weekend, I am at Barbados on the Water Festival. So the festival itself is running from the 16th, which is today, till the 18th. And it is everything Bajan. So I had to bring out the accent for y'all.
I love it.
Yes. So they're going to be a great set of performances. There's going to be food.
Her favorite.
My favorite. There's going to be a whole Oystins section. And I live out close to Oystins back home. So I'm very excited to
see that. Yes. Oh, yes.
We're having the opening reception tonight. So I'm going to be performing at that with John Rowett. And then tomorrow, 5 o'clock, Harborfront Center. I expect to see all of you there who are watching, right? You're going to come down and I'm going to perform for you. It's actually going to be a Honey Jazz Barbados feature that we're going to be doing. And I'm going to be performing some original content. So you're going to be getting some music from my first EP. You're going to be getting a little coconut oil. And then you're going to be getting some tracks from the latest album, which drops yesterday, Queen. And then next week, because we're not done, because
more.
Girl likes to be busy. August 22nd at the Mod Club, I will be at Honey Jam, Canada. I am the first Honey Jam Barbados alum who has been invited to do this show. So I'm beyond excited to show them like the Island Gal flavor. You know what I mean? So we're gonna shell it down, as we say in Barbados. And it's gonna be a great time. Tickets are just $20, so you come through. And even if you don't want to come through, but you want to support, you know, they have proceeds going towards a charity. And it's going to be a fantastic time. I know you have one of the other girls on the show.
Yes, Christina Smith.
So big up yourself, Tina. And it's going to be great.
Very exciting. So we're going to end. You guys know where to find her. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll do that at the very end, because I want it to be the recency effect. I want people to remember where to find you and look you up. But I know it's very, very easy. We'll get there. But first, let's have some fun with Leigh.
I'm ready.
All right. 5 things you can't live without.
My nieces and nephews. Macaroni pie. My mother's going to laugh at me so long for that. Macaroni pie. My besties.
Okay.
The Messy Bestie Squad. Shea Moisture.
Yes.
Natural hair girls, y'all know the struggle. And 5.
You have one more.
My journal.
Okay. Good. All right. What is your favorite song to belt out if you are ever at a karaoke bar?
I have nothing, Whitney Houston, for sure.
Yeah, I had a feeling you were going to say Whitney. Something felt, I was like, she's going to say Whitney.
Yeah.
Okay. Whitney, you can never lose.
You can't.
If you could open up for any artist on tour right now, who would it be?
Junior Gong or Chronic.
She was quick with that.
Yeah, saves.
Okay, you were quick with that. Do I have any other ones? No. You got them. That was pretty good.
Thank you.
Very nice. That was very good. Like, sometimes I was thinking you're going to choke on maybe one of them. You were just like, ready. So, where can our viewers find you, Leigh?
Okay, viewers, I'm going to talk to you for a bit. So, you can find me at Leigh P Music. So, LEIGHP and that is on all platforms. So Facebook, you can put in facebook.com/LeighPmusic. Instagram.com/LeighPmusic or at LeighPmusic. You can check out my website, LeighPmusic.com.
She's on Honey Jam's website as well.
Honey Jam's website, so you can find me there. Anywhere you need to find me, Leigh P Music, you're in.
So I would love to, first of all, say, like, I'm very excited to see where you're going to be in the next 5 years. If you did this in 4 years, I can only imagine how this is going to look in 5 years. I want you to push, even though you don't even need this from me. I want you to know that it doesn't matter what happens. Don't forget that purpose, your purpose. This is it. 3-year-old singing choir and things. Right. Guys, thank you for tuning in to In the Now. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a safe weekend. Head down to Barbados on the water. It looks like it's going to be a great event. And don't forget to check out Honey Jam next weekend.
That's right.
My girl here will be performing. Our last guest from last week, go check that out. Miss Tina will be performing as well. Guys, have a wonderful Friday. We will see you next week on In the Now. Bye.